I'm so sorry, guys. I was rizzing up a gyatt late one night when a sussy impostor gave me quite a fright from this beta from Ohio who must have had ligma, rizzed up my shawty, what the sigma? Did the brain rot bash? Brain rot bash! It was a sigma smash. He did a bash. It caught on in a flash. He did a bash. He did a brain rot bash. Down in the Miller Grove in Ohio, to the TikTok Riz party where they all glaze queso. The betas all came from their goon caves to get a sip from my grimace shake. They did a bash. They did the brain rot bash. The brain rot bash. It was a sigma smash. They did a bash. It caught on in a flash. They did a bash. They did the brain rot bash. The streamers were all doing the gritty. Baby Gronk just rizzed up Livy. The Rizzler brought big justice. Aiden Ross and Kai Sinat. Anyways, roll that cot.
У меня живет культурный кот. Культурный кот. Культурный кот. Культурный кот. Он культурным голосом поет. Но мимо нот. Но мимо нот. Но мимо нот.
Hello everyone. My name's Clotho. My name's Clotho Melodite. Musical Prince of Darkness. I'm not a witch. I'm just wearing a funny hat. No, please don't burn me. Today, we're having another Melodite midweek mic. Yeah. Get them all out, guys. Get them all out. Yeah. Oh my god, it's a witch on the screen. Oh my god, look at this. It's witchcraft. Burn the witch. Thank you, Aladia. I didn't make it. I just bought it off of Etsy. No! Not Etsy na no wadame. No. But yeah, by the way, this BGM is courtesy of Project Dreamcatcher, one of the I consider one of my my favorite goofy VTuber Sigmas, Pawa and Hana. It's their production's Halloween BGM that's free to use, by the way. 100% copyright free, it says. So I'm using it today because, you know, I like them. And it sounds goofy and spooky enough. So yeah. Where's the flying pig? Am I supposed to have a flying pig? Are you talking about the Melodites? Don't talk about the Melodites like that. You guys aren't flying pigs. You guys are like those, you guys are like rain charms. You guys are like Teruterubozu, you know? Hold on. Let me get you guys in here. Let me get you guys in here. There you go. Oh, my mic became a little bit smaller. There we go. There you go. Now you guys are here. There you go. Let's readjust my mic. Did I cook the flying pig? What flying pig are you talking about? I don't remember having a flying pig, nor do I remember ever asking for a flying pig. There's a Halloween-esque spooky theme for BA, but it's newer. Oh, is it from the occult club? Is it from the occult club? The flying pig in the cage.
I don't know what you're talking about. You sure? I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, today we're gonna be just you know, doing this as a celebration of spooky season, Halloween times. You know, just talking about some real spooky, scary stuff. You know, just some real spooky, scary things. Yeah. I always had one. Why are people gaslighting me now? Is this the horror today? The horror is just gaslighting? Is that what's happening? Is that it? I'm just gonna get gaslighted that I somehow have a flying pig. But yeah. Anyways. Sorry about that. So, you guys got any plans for Halloween this year? Are you guys gonna dress up? You guys got some costumes prepared for Halloween? I don't, because I think I'm gonna be working on. Actually, no, it's a Friday, right? Halloween's a Friday. That means I'm gonna be streaming on Halloween. I'm not gonna be working. Not gonna be handing out candy like those other years, though. Maybe I will. But there's spiders on my porch, and that's a little too spooky for me, you know. I don't want any spiders crawling on me. You're gonna be Annie Titan form? Hell yeah. Yeah, that's actually a sick costume. Are you gonna be like wearing one of those what do you call it? One of those skin suit things? Oh, it's just a work day, Oladia. Oh, really? You guys don't celebrate Halloween there? Do you guys have like an equivalent to it? An equivalent to being spoopy? Because I remember for Halloween, what I used to do is I would dress myself up in like as thick of layers of clothes as possible. It's spook though, yes, it's spook though. But yeah, so I'd layer myself up in like a lot of sweaters and clothes and everything, make myself look puffy as fuck. Also because it gets kind of cold in Halloween. And then I'd put on a mask and I'd put on like a big hat. And I'd make myself look like some kind of like statue or figure, you know? Like I'd like even put some stuff that makes it look like there's I'm filled with like cloth or whatever. A cloth O even. But what do you call it? So what I would do is I would sit on the porch or in the driveway, and I would just like I would hold a bowl of candy or a box of candy, or have a box of candy in front of me. And when anyone would try and grab the candy, I would get up and like either jump scare them or just like start dancing. Yeah, it's pretty fun because I would hear them going like, "Oh, it's a statue. No, it's a guy. No, that's just a decoration. Oh my god, just stop being scared. Just grab the candy." And then I go like, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. I'd go all Metal Gear. But you know, if they have babies or like small kids that would get easily scared and would cry, I would just like be friendly. You know, I'd like wave at them and then like pick up the box and kind of like offer the candy to them, you know. And then their parents would be like, "Hey, go and say hi to the nice skeleton man." Oh my god. But yeah, I have standards. I have a moral obligation not to jump scare anyone who would get traumatized by it, you know. Points for your scared buff. No, like cuz the thing is, you know, like you want younger people to kind of remember the magic of Halloween and not just kind of like the trauma of Halloween, you know? You don't want them to remember the trauma of Halloween, because that would be kind of ass if like they start hating Halloween because that mean old skeleton man jump scared me when I was young, you know. I don't want to give them like lifelong fears. Man. But yeah, that was pretty fun to do during Halloween. The other time I didn't do the whole like jump scaring fiasco, you know? Flying onions. My god. Ignature's just going full on schizo right now. Did any lonely housewives dressed up as sexy scary monsters ever come a knocking saying trick or treat? Huh? Nani? Hearing you say younger people just made me turn into dust. I mean, we're all getting old as. But Roggy, there is like a little bit of a story, but that's for another time because it's not quite Halloween related. Anyways, but as we're all getting old, eventually we will all return into the dust. You know, that is the philosophy of our turbo nihilist Misaki. You know, everyone turns into dust, so everything is Vani Vani. But yeah, what do you call it? Oh, where was I? Oh yeah. So, I'll hold you to that story. Oh my god. I don't doubt that there would be some situations like that happened. Hold on. Hold on. Halloween dead person decoration. Let's see. News. Let's see if that actually happened. Recent news includes a council in Australia removing a Halloween decoration that resembled a dead body, citing its inappropriateness near a school that had recently experienced a tragedy. Oh, that's not what I was looking for. that's not. Oh, there we go. That's what I'm looking for. October 18th, 2023. There we go. I think this is in the UK. Dead man's corpse left rotting outside house for days after being mistaken for a Halloween prop. Robert Owen's partially clothed body reportedly went so unnoticed that a local gardener mowed around it. Oh no, it's not in the UK, it's in North Carolina. Police in North Carolina are investigating after a man's decomposing body was left outside an abandoned house for several days after being mistaken for a Halloween decoration. The partially clothed body reportedly went so unnoticed that a local gardener mowed around it, with a sad discovery made a day later. He was found face down in the grass. The family of 34-year-old Robert Owens have expressed shock and horror while demanding answers as to how his body went unattended for so long. They last saw him on October 1st. Huh. But yeah, so I guess it has happened. It has happened before that someone's dead body was just mistaken for a Halloween decoration. There's a guy who did a house on fire decoration and people were calling the fire department nonstop because people thought the house was actually on fire. I mean, I feel like that's just good neighbors, no? Like imagine like if your house was actually on fire and the neighbors are like, "Wow, cool decoration, bruh," and you're like, "Help! Help!" Imagine. Oh, you posted something in midweek Mike videos. Okay. What did you do? Dead Body Hijinks by Salmonella Academy. Okay. There's a lot of videos here. You said this one's related to what we're saying, so let's watch this one first. Let me see. Alright, let's open up another instance of opera. Alright, let's watch this. This is by Sam Onella Academy. Hold on, let's Just position this kind of like a. There we go. There we go. All right, let's see what this is all about. Let's just pause the. Just pause this music.
Thanks to Dashlane for sponsoring this video.
Okay. What's this all about? How's the volume, by the way? The volume okay?
Hey kids, whether you're a precocious young lad down by the swimming hole or a grizzled crime scene investigator, everybody's got some interest in dead bodies. Yes, from Weekend at Bernie's to Weekend at Bernie's 2 to
Weekend at Bernie's 3.
Revelations, stories about wayward corpses have certainly carved their niche in today's media.
A little low?
So,
Okay.
I thought I'd spin a few yarns about some real-life people who were kept out far past their expiration date. Our first tale follows one Elmer McCurdy. He was an
Okay.
outlaw during the twilight days of the Wild West. Thanks to his former life as a miner, McCurdy acted as the demolitions
See,
expert to his
if
little
this is the
posse,
Wild West,
using
then it must be because it was
nitroglycerin
so
basically
dry,
anytime he had
right?
the faintest excuse to do so. Except he was kind of a moron, so it didn't usually go quite as planned. Gotta
Ugh.
say, after peanut butter and chocolate, my favorite combination of two things is probably gross incompetence and high explosives. Example, in March of 1911,
Yeah, the Darwin
McCurdy's band
Awards.
of rabble-rousers found out that $4,000 were in a safe in an approaching train. They
Okay.
managed to stop the entire locomotive.
Oh, God.
I don't even know how
That's
you
not
do that.
Thomas.
Break in, hold everyone on board hostage, and locate the safe. McCurdy steps up to plate, right? Gotta
Yeah.
blast the thing open. Except I guess the excitement kind of got to him because he ended up using like way too much
Oh, God.
nitroglycerin, like inordinate amounts. Ended
Okay,
up
Kasumi.
completely destroying the safe and its contents. And what few silver coins they made out with were literally melted to the frame of the safe and had to be peeled off. Anyway,
Damn.
he died in a shootout with police
Mission
later
failed.
that year, and the undertaker at the funeral home he was sent to couldn't find any next of kin on account of McCurdy being a rambling low-life varmint. So he just bombed the
Varmint.
hell out of him and said, "Hey boys and girls, want to see a dead criminal?
Huh?
Only one shiny nickel." And since LiveLeak wasn't around at
Oh,
the time,
God.
there weren't many places a kid could go to
He used
stare
his
at a
death
corpse
for
a while if he or
content.
she so
Oh,
desired.
no.
So it actually became a pretty popular attraction.
Oh,
Visitors
no.
would pay their dues by physically slipping the coin into the man's mouth, and the creepy-ass undertaker would come fish him out later, probably with bare hands, all slowly and sensual-like. A few years passed when a couple of guys showed up claiming to be McCurdy's brothers with a note from the local sheriff to back it up. They told the undertaker they had permission to go bury McCurdy, so he reluctantly relinquished the body to the men. Except these guys weren't his brothers. They were just a couple of crusty freaking
Oh, I
carnies.
think
They
I've
shipped
heard
the
about
body
this
off to
story.
Kansas to become an attraction in the traveling show.
Yeah, I
From
think
here,
I've heard
McCurdy
about
traded
this
hands
story.
A few more times. At one point, he was
least this part.
exploited for this one guy's film about narcotics. It was like, yeah, this pill-popping degenerate got shot while trying to rob a pharmacy for more dope the other day. The body was super old by then, so people are like, wait, why is he all desiccated and flaky and gross?
Why does he look
just
like a
goes,
mummy?
"Yep, that's what happens when you do drugs, kids. Your fucking skin falls off." Stay above
Ew.
the influence. At some point in his journey, he ended up getting coated in wax and paint to look a little less rotty, before ending up in a warehouse in 1949. Here's the thing, he was
God,
in there
this is
alongside
some body
actual
horror
wax
material
figures,
right here.
And after spending 19 years in
Imagine you're
storage,
still conscious
nobody knew
throughout
he
the
was
whole
a real
thing.
corpse anymore.
You
So
know?
he ended up getting sold in 1968 as a mannequin to one Spoony Singh, owner of
Spoony
the Hollywood
Singh.
Wax Museum. He tried to lend the guy out a couple times during his stay, but people found him too gross or unrealistic looking for whatever purposes they had in
Probably
mind.
because
So he ended up
it's an
getting
actual
sold
body.
again
Probably
and used
smells
as a
horrible.
prop of a hanged man at the Pike Amusement Zone in their Funhouse ride, with zero
Oh,
knowledge
fun.
that he was an actual dead criminal. It wasn't until 1976, 65 years after his death, that an episode of The $6 Million Man was being filmed at the complex.
Wow.
And a stagehand tried to move the prop around, only to have its arm break off in his hand. He was like, "Ugh, lousy stiff. Wait a minute, that's curious. This mannequin's got human flesh and bones
Oh, imagine
inside
the
of it.
smell.
Wait a minute. Uh-oh. 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 The autopsy confirmed
Yeah,
what
uh-oh.
everyone present at the time
Yeah, imagine the
suspected.
smell.
By this point, the body was so dried out and stale that it only weighed 50 pounds, which makes me think we should start a radical new fad
I
diet
dry
where we just
aged
get
this
people to
man for
mummify
like
parts of
60
their body.
years.
Like,
Also,
"Jenny,
hello,
guess what?
Brandy.
I just lost 30 pounds in 5 days. Wow, holy heck, how'd you do that? They call it the Egyptian cleanse. Anyway, with that,
Oh, no.
McCurdy was finally laid to
Just
rest
turned
back in his
yourself into a
homeland of
mummy.
Oklahoma, and that film crew's lives were never the same again.
He was an
Flashback
okay
to late
fake
18th century.
Baloney.
There lived a
Baloney.
physician by the name of Luigi Galvani. This guy was a big deal. He's the dude who
Luigi.
discovered that, hey, animals got electricity in them. And his legacy still survives today in words like
Galvanization?
galvanize. One of his most famous
Yeah.
experiments was the one where he used static electricity to make frog legs twitch on command.
Oh.
Around these parts, we call that
Yeah.
the French salute. French
salute.
Stereotypes funny. Well, in 1803, his nephew, Giovanni Aldini, said, hey, that's pretty nifty and all, but what if we tried it on people? So the city of London was like, hey, now you're thinking with portals. One freshly executed criminal coming up. Aldini gathered a crowd and applied
he's
two
literally
diodes
making
to the corpse's
Frankenstein.
head, causing his face to scrunch up and one eye to flick open. Aldini was a showman, though. He wanted some real action. So he then put the current through opposite points in the body, which made the whole thing flail around.
He's doing a little
Pinocchio's
dance.
heat. Now, today we know he was just exciting the dead muscles, right? But the people who were watching had no idea what was
Is
going on.
this the origin
So
of
they were like,
Frankenstein's
Jesus Christ,
monster?
this guy's a fucking necromancer. Quick, go get grandma. Maybe we can get in the will after all. Fun fact, this experiment
Burn
actually
the
ended up
witch.
serving as inspiration for Mary Shelley's
I
Frankenstein.
knew it!
Which makes me wonder
Not
what other
pre-watched,
famous
by the
novels
way,
are
not
based on real-life
pre-watched. I
events.
just kind of
Was a
figured.
white whale ever pursued by a vengeful sea captain? Was there actually a mentally handicapped migrant worker who liked hugging rabbits to death? Was there ever a human soul as profoundly asinine and
pre-read.
willfully ignorant as Amelia Bedelia? God, I hate her glassy-eyed face so fucking much. I just want to mash it into a running waffle
God.
maker. Be
Calm
like,
down, no.
Isn't that ironic? Grab her by her vacant fucking head, throw her out of a 747 and say, hey, why didn't you shoot yourself when you had the chance? Get it!
Damn.
Anyway,
Damn.
one thing we learned today is the importance of reputability. And just as
Guys,
you
got
wouldn't
no
want
chill.
some dirty carnies jacking your stiff, phrasing, you certainly wouldn't want the same fate to befall your valuable online information. That's why you need to try Dashlane. Dashlane's been
Oh my
all
God,
over the place recently,
Dashlane?
and with good reason. In this day and age,
Yeah, back in the
cybersecurity
edgier
and
days.
privacy
Yeah, when
have
was
never been
this,
more important, and only
when
select
was
few
this
people have
video
the
made?
time,
6
energy, and
years
know-how
ago.
to keep their
Oh
data
my
as safe
God.
as humanly possible. What
Video
Dashlane
6
does
years
is
ago
it
versus
takes all your
videos now.
passwords and autofill data across all your devices and uses the power
Yo,
of
autofill
encryption
data?
to keep them out of the hands of low.
Yo, my password health score would be,
iOS,
69.
Android, Chrome, Safari, Firefox, doesn't matter. Dashlane's got your back. Something especially cool about it
But
is
can
that you
it run on my
automatically
TI
change your passwords
Inspire?
right in Dashlane without fiddling with stupid security questions from 6 years ago you don't know the answer to for an hour. Dashlane Premium even comes with a VPN, so now you can take full advantage of unsecured Wi-Fi without ever worrying that the janitor in the back,
Back
of
in my
Starbucks
days,
knows
we
about
played
those
tags into
horrific
Halloween with
purchases
a
you're
paper
making.
knife.
So please go to dashlane.com
Man,
/salmonella to try Dashlane
don't actually chase
Premium
someone with a
free for
paper
30
knife. You
days.
might get
Also,
shot.
the first 200 people who use the promo code
Or
Salmonella
arrested.
will get 10% off their
Probably
Dashlane
shot.
Premium subscription. By the
Or
way, this
stabbed.
video ended up being way too long, so stay tuned for part 2 in a week or two. Anyway, that's all for today. Till next time, I'm Salmonella, and thank you for watching.
Man, that was wacky. So I guess that's just like a bunch of stuff that people ended up doing with dead bodies, huh? Yeah, but the one about I forgot his name already. Oh my God, short-term memory. But the one that where he was displayed like years after his death. I've heard about that story before. But that's so gross though. Like they would ask people to like put coins in his mouth and then he would just like fish them out. What if it like went down his throat, you know? Yeah, Elmer McCurdy. Yeah, like what if what if like it went down his throat? Does he like just like as if he was feeding a foie gras duck, just put his arm in there, go like, and then like fish out the coins? Cause that would be wild. That would be absolutely wild. Oh man. But yeah, that's pretty crazy what people do to dead bodies. Oh yeah, I also remember, guys. I also remember we did have a discussion back then of like our encounter with ghosts, right? I kind of forgot what it was what we were talking about. Like what was the main topic for it? I think we were just kind of yapping. Hello, Binguru Bakasu. Thank you for the introduction, Redeem. Do you remember the 21st night of September? It's not September anymore. But yeah, hello, Bingalabukasu. My name's Clotho V. Melody. I'm the aria that echoes in the dark and the voice that reverberates in my theater of chaos. The musical Prince of Darkness. Very spooky edition today. Like, you know, chat was already saying to burn the witch once, as soon as I appeared. Ooh, spooky. Mouth to mouth. As, that's even worse. That's a dead body, As. Imagine the kind of freaking the kind of germs that you would contract, you know, if you even got like a little bit of the dead body fluids inside your mouth. Ooh, brother. Ooh. Lips to lips. Ooh. Man. There's some what do you call it? There's some pretty spooky have you guys heard of the spooky toy that was put into those shops? Let me see, because there was like this magic wand toy. You probably get pneumonia or tuberculosis if you inhale that shit. Oh no, you'll get like some kind of fucking new disease that we don't know. You'll turn into like a zombie or something. No worries, Brandy. No worries. If you just want to chill today, go ahead. Yeah, like there was this magic wand, right? Scary toy. Yeah. So there was this magic wand. I don't think I can actually show the image, but like apparently it was like some kind of prank that people did, or I don't know if it was a prank, but there were certain wands that had like some really scary images in them. You know, it's called the evil stick. Okay, never mind. It might be a. And why does it have a picture of Cardcaptor Sakura on it? Yeah. And apparently like some kids were getting really spooked because it would go like the fucking laughing noise and then it would light up and it would have like would have freaking this scary lady on it like cutting her arm off with like a really scary face, you know? Yeah. Man, Cause imagine you're just like a kid going like, oh my god, mom or dad is taking me to the store today to go buy a new toy. Oh my god, this magic wand. Well, why is it called the evil stick? And then you turn it on after you like get home and unpackage it, and you just see that. My god, that would traumatize me as a kid. You're making spaghetti. I mean, we're just kind of yapping, Hyper. Don't worry, we're just kind of yapping. We're talking about the evil stick, you know, the evil stick. Have you heard of that story, Hyper? The magic wand toy that had like a very scary picture in it. Hold on, let me see if I can find like a news report that's talking about it. I remember walking in with my dad watching Terminator 2 right as John Connor gets impaled by the T-1000. In through the back of the head, out through the mouth. Ooh. Dad said, you know that's not real, right? Man, there's a... Let me tell you what. When I was a kid, the movie that my parents decided to show me was Nightmare on Elm Street. You know what's scary, Clotho? The Burger King foot lettuce. Number 15. I mean, it is kind of scary thinking that thinking of all the hygiene violations that could be happening in fast food, you know. But I remember my parents showing me Nightmare on Elm Street, and that was when I was really, really young, and I didn't want to sleep. Surprise, surprise! I didn't want a scary claw glove guy like mutilating me in my sleep. Oh my god. And then they're like, why are you up so late? Why don't you want to go to sleep? You know, like, I'm like, I don't want to go to sleep. Freddy Krueger's gonna kill me. You know? Fuck. You know what movie terrified me and gave me actual nightmares despite not being horror at all? Ladder 49. It's a firefighter movie. Same with it's like the same as when I was a kid and I was being shown all of those like natural disaster movies, you know? Like, I was terrified of volcanoes and lava for the longest time. Like, volcanoes and lava terrified me when I was a kid. I also watched The Cube. Oh yeah, I know The Cube. The Cube is very interesting. Yeah. Yeah. Ow. I would not survive The Cube. I would be way too dumb. Like, I also have really bad short-term memory, so I'd probably, like, die. Yes, I'll die. The only scary thing that I had watched when I was a kid was Gabi ng Lagim in the TV. Oh my god! Okay, that reminds me. When I was a kid and I was living in the Philippines, there was this one, what do you call it? There was this one... What the fuck? They showed you The Cube when you were in a math class at 11? That's crazy. Yo, what the hell? That's kind of like how, you know, have you guys ever been forced by your teacher to watch The Miracle of Life when you were younger? You know? Like in class? And then there's that actual birthing part of the video of the movie. Yeah, we were made to watch The Miracle of Life, and there's a scene there that where literally like a baby was coming out of this lady's vagina, and yeah, we all had to watch it, and we're like, oh yeah, The Miracle of Life, you know. That's true, Hyper. I was in the Ring of Fire. But yeah. Twister gave me nightmares, but we live in Tornado Alley, so that's another reason. Yeah, Twister, especially like when they're like when the tornado has that loud wind sound, like that used to scare me when I was a kid. When I watched that movie way back then. The storks were a lie. Yes, the storks are a lie. It was a biology class, Hyper. It was a biology class. That was only for the females that had to watch the actual birth. No, I ended up watching it too, Brandy. Don't worry. Don't worry, everyone in the class ended up watching it. God. But yeah. What do you call it? Oh yeah. So yeah, it had like the blood and the fluids and or at least in your class? Okay, yeah. Yeah, maybe it's different for other schools, but for us everyone had to watch The Miracle of Life. But what do you call it? What was I saying earlier again? Oh yeah, when I was a kid in the Philippines, there was this one, I forgot the name of the program, but, I gotta search it up now, because it feels like a fucking fever dream. There we go. I found it. It's not a fever dream. I did not just dream this one up. Yeah. It's from apparently it's from a Filipino show called Once Upon a Time. Spelled in Filipino spelling, of course. Anyways, another anecdote, I had Ocarina of Time for GameCube as a kid and never even got to the Force Temple because I was too scared to get the hook shot from the graveyard. Didn't actually beat the game. Oh, same with when I was younger. I had this game called Nightmare Creatures on the PS1. And it was basically I mean, some people are comparing it to like the Bloodborne of way back then, basically. But yeah, I didn't wanna play it because I got way too spooked by it. Especially like the introduction, like with the guy who's doing that scary monologue about nightmare creatures, you know? I just got too scared that I ended up not even playing it anymore. But yeah, so anyways, the story that I was talking about was this one called Bessie Basura, which is like Bessie Basura means garbage. And I think if I remember correctly, the story is about this this girl that really likes littering. So garbage started to stick to her body, I think is what happened. And then it's like this fucking body horror shit, you know? Oh, there we go. Let me look at let me see if I remembered it right. It's in Wikipedia. A story about an 8-year-old girl named Bessie who doesn't care about garbage and puts a mess anywhere she goes. When the fairy of cleanliness saw this, she cursed Bessie and was chased by garbage everywhere she goes, giving her the ability to mimic its traits. In the end, the fairy undoes her curse as she starts to care for the environment. But like, at a certain point, hey True Duck, how you doing? But like at a certain point, I think I think she starts to see like this big garbage monster, or like she becomes the big garbage monster. And I was terrified. I was that episode just freaking terrified me, and it just stuck with me for so long, because I think there was one scene where like the garbage monster is looking through the window, and the effects are really silly now that I think about it, like way back then, but man, it terrified me when I was a kid. Yeah, exactly, Brandy. It was that kind of body horror. I don't know, body horror just kind of like is super effective against me, you know? Like just thinking about body horror terrifies me, probably because like a lot of my trauma comes from the hospital, you know? And like I had a large period where like looking at the graft on my foot made me feel like, you know, oh my god, this doesn't belong in my body, you know, my leg isn't part of my body anymore, you know? That kind of I don't know what that kind of like complex or syndrome is called, but like it feels like part of your body isn't your body anymore, you know? Like it just feels alien to you. And sometimes back then in the hospital, I would just like look at my leg and I would just like cry, because I'm like, it's not the same anymore, you know? But like, yeah, so body horror is like super effective to me. But yeah, well, what do you call it? And one of your favorite VNs is about body horror? Yup. Exactly, Oladia. See, that I read that before I went through that whole horror in the hospital. Alien limb syndrome. I think that is. Yeah, I think that is what it is. Yeah. Funny part is that if you take body horror and apply it to wholesome monster girls, it becomes cute or endearing, like Doulahans. Yeah. Oh my god. If you really think about it, like living as a Doulahan is probably just hell. Imagine imagine you would just lose your head from time to time, you know, like your body would just be separated from your head, and you need to ah! Ah! The fuck? Discord went. Okay. I got it. I got it. I got it. No. Yeah, there were you guys might not believe this, but it looked like there were two spiders having sex in the corner of my room, my recording booth. Like, there were two spiders on top of each other and they were like touching each other and whatnot. Yeah, freaky ass spiders. And so I grabbed the vacuum and I got him. You're a godfather to 100 don't say that, Rocky! Oh god. Could have given it a minute and there'd probably be only one. God, I get the creeps. Anyways, what was I talking about? No! How am I a grandfather? What was I talking about again? Fuck. my train of thought got interrupted by two spiders fucking on my wall. Oh yeah, body horror. Fuck. Okay, speaking of that, actually, oh god, do you guys know about you guys have heard of Spider-Man, but have you guys heard of Spiders-Man? This is a real thing, by the way. Like, this is a real official Marvel story. You guys know about Spiders-Man? You know Spiders-Man? You've heard of Creeper? Aw, man. Okay, so Spiders-Man is basically a version of Spider-Man where instead of just being bitten by a radioactive spider, he fell into like a vat of, like an entire fucking vat of radioactive spiders. And the spiders started to like eat him alive. And because of that, his conscience kind of got transferred to the hive mind of the large group of spiders. And he's basically like this, like a Spider-Man that's like made up of like hundreds or thousands of fucking spiders that just like form a human body. Oh my god. Yeah. Ragnera would be very sad after trying. Ragnera is different, okay, Hyper? Ragnera is different. Ragnera is different from like an actual spider, okay? Alright, Hyper? If Ragnera was real, I'd actually like let her do lots of things to me, okay? I'd let her do lots of things that I wouldn't let a spider do to me, alright? Yeah, Ragnera closer to an Uma than a monster, honestly, yeah. hey, Kazashi, don't do that to me. But anyways, so yeah, that Spider's Man is a very terrifying concept. Just, you know, very, very terrifying. I don't even want to like think about being in that kind of situation. I think I'd just like die. She's literally about 60% of a human attached to 90% of a spider. See, that 60% of a human makes a difference, Hyper. That 60% of a human makes a difference, okay? It makes a pretty big difference because at least there's something to distract me from the spider. Okay? And she can actually talk to me. She can make her intentions known to me. You know? Ah, I see. Yeah, YouTube's doing that like this weird thing now with usernames. But yeah, see, at least she can like talk and communicate and make her intentions known to me. The thing with spiders is that I don't know their intentions. I would let Ragnera give me uppies. Yeah, that Spidussy would go crazy. But the thing is, right? Like actual spiders, right? You need a cunny little jumping spider arachne girlfriend. God. Cute and fluffy. Oh, but anyways, the thing is, right? Like actual spiders, I don't know their intentions. They can't communicate to me. All I know is that they're crawling towards me or on me and I don't like it. And they can bite me. I don't like it. You know? If they were able to talk, I'd probably get a little bit even more scared. But if they talk to me nicely, then I wouldn't. You know? Really? Really, Hyper? I mean, I don't doubt it. You know, I don't doubt it. I had a spider join me in the shower last night. They got drowned. Yeah. Yeah, I remember seeing a spider as well in the shower before I, like a small spider in the shower when, before I went to take a bath. I heard one time that spiders only appear if you change your habit because they... Ah! Don't say that, True Duck! Oh, God! Oh, no! No! Oh, I hate that! I hate that fact! It's kind of like, when someone told me that, I know that this, like, this is like a completely bullshit fact. Hey, Belle! Hi, Pengu! Hi, cute Pengu! But like, so, there was this one time where I don't know if it was like in a TV show or something. You know, like, I don't know if it was like in a TV show or something, but like, hey, thanks for the hydrate, Belle. Let me just hydrate. I need some water after that fucking encounter. Anyways, so freaking, what was I saying again? Oh yeah, there was this one fact that I heard from someone. I think I don't know if it was like on the TV or something, but it was someone saying, oh, if you suddenly wake up at 3 a.m. in the morning, you know, like if you suddenly wake up at 3 a.m. For no reason at all, there's an 80% chance that someone is watching you. And I'm like, I don't like that. And I think that's where my habit of like checking my clock every time I wake up came from. Now that I really think about it, because I I know, yeah, it's really creepy, and I know it's a very bullshit kind of fact that someone just made up to be spooky scary, but it disturbed me so much that it formed a habit of me checking the time on my phone whenever I wake up. Was it a black or brown spider cloth? Of black with bite markings, it was probably an eastern parson. They're chill. No, it was a brown spider. It was a brown spider, Hyper. It's like brown and like kind of translucent-ish. I don't know if that makes sense. Like very light brown. Yeah. Yeah, it's just Eladia, you know, it's when you wake up at 3 a.m. it's just Eladia living in your walls. Yeah, standard spider.png. Yeah. And please do not send me any spider.pngs. I do not appreciate those. I'm playing Huntsman tomorrow. I don't want it. I'm so scared. Eladia, I'm so scared. Eladia, I'm really not looking forward to tomorrow. I know Mimi's gonna be there to like help me, but I know Mimi's just gonna torment me. Eladia. Guys, I'm so scared for tomorrow. Yeah, if you guys don't know, if you guys haven't seen the post on Twitter, I will be playing Huntsman tomorrow. It's like Alien Isolation, but with spiders. I remember someone saying they jacked off to assert dominance to the shadow in the corner. I mean, that's one way to do it, I guess. Asbestos. I guess that's one way to do it. I should try that sometime. I'll try to be there, but it's late. You know, I know, Eladia. You know, it's gonna be very late for you, so it's okay if you're not there. I also found who the character is. Margaret from TPRG player ga isekai de saikyo bilbo mezasu. Posted her in the Midweek channel. Okay, let me look at Midweek channel. Ah, she's cute. See that kind of stuff I'm okay with. Because there's a lot of things to distract from the spider body, you know? There's a lot of other things to distract from the spider body. But if it's just a pure spider, I don't know if I can handle it. He'll get the shadow in the corner of the room. Pregnant, don't do it. I mean, next time I get sleep paralysis, I mean, I won't be able to move, but I'll just like that's another life hack, by the way. I don't know if you guys know, but if you guys ever get sleep paralysis, don't panic. You know, identify the signs of sleep paralysis and think of like a sexy demon instead of a scary demon, you know? What about jumping spiders? They're smart, friendly, and cute, and also jump at you. Asbestos, like my arachnophobia is actually so bad that, you know, that guy, how do you know if it's a sleep paralysis? You wake up and you can't move your body. Like no matter what you try to do, you can't move your body. That's literally it. Like you can open your eyes, you can open and close your eyes, but like you can't really move your body. What about drawn spiders? I can't. If it's very realistic, I can't, Eladia. Does consciously opening my eyes but not actually waking from my dream until I blink again count as sleep paralysis? I'm not sure. What if you can't open your eyes? Then it's probably easier to just go back to sleep, Kazashi. If you can't open your eyes, just go back to sleep. So you have to wake up, because I recently had a dream about being awake and seeing scary shit around, but I was not awake. Yeah, that's sleep paralysis, Belle, probably. I feel like that's sleep paralysis, especially if you can't move. Because what sleep paralysis is? So when my cat sleeps on top of me and I can't move, I can call in sick from... And that's kind of different, though. That's kind of different, because you can move, but your cat will be upset, you know? But yeah, basically what happens with sleep paralysis is your brain excretes this hormone that your nervous system makes this hormone that basically paralyzes your body. That way you don't move while you sleep. The opposite of sleep paralysis is actually sleepwalking, you know, or sleep talking. because that's when your body doesn't excrete enough of that hormone. So you start moving around in your sleep. You know, you start walking around, you start talking. You know, like that's the opposite of sleep paralysis. Sleep paralysis is when you wake up before that that hormone like dissipates enough, and your body still couldn't move. It's actually a very interesting survival tactic that like adaptation that the body made for like a lot of things, I guess, for a lot of species. I had a dream where I wake up multiple times in a dream back when I was... Oh, I mean, it's kind of like back then I had a dream that I felt lasted for 2 entire years. I think I've experienced it about 2 or 3 times already, asbestos. Actually, three. I've experienced it 3 times. Yeah. The first time I experienced, anyways, before I forget, so yeah, I had a dream that I felt like lasted for 2 whole years. Yeah. And it was really realistic, you know, like everyone in the dream felt like they were actual people who have lived lives and, you know, have had like have had very developed like relationships with other people, you know. Hey, we're talking about sleep paralysis right now, and it was so weird because near the end of the dream I remember waiting in an airport. I forgot why I was waiting in that airport with the dream, for the dream, and I was on my phone and I was just waiting for my flight. But I was watching someone review season 2 of Darling in the Franxx. Like, you know, like, it's like one of those video essays. And someone was like doing like a video essay review of Darling in the Franxx season 2, which doesn't exist. But in that dream, apparently it did. And I watched the entire thing. And the guy was talking about like all like 12 episodes that happened. It was so weird. Today I dreamed I was delivering a Mustang for a VTuber's husband, and I woke up confused when I had no Mustang or remember the VTuber. Good old sleep paralysis. I used to have really bad sleep paralysis. It was basically nightly for a long time. It's gotten better these days, but for years I'd have intensely vivid sleep paralysis every single night. Just, I mean, does imagining a hot demon waifu like actually help? Like, cause I know that the things that you see in sleep paralysis is basically your body trying to make sense of why you couldn't move, right? Have you ever had a sequel to a dream? Yes, I've actually had a sequel to a dream. Yeah. I've actually had a continuation for a dream, which funny enough doesn't happen when I fall back asleep immediately. Like I usually get a different dream. Yeah, dream 2.0. But it usually happens when I least expect it, you know, Kazeshi? Or Amizare? Like it usually happens when I least expect it, when I don't want to, you know, when I'm not willing the dream to continue, where I'm not like, oh, bring me back, you know. I know, right? I hate it. Because it feels like I always wake up at like the best parts of the dream, and I hate it because it makes me depressed. Because I always go like, oh, take me back, you know. Yeah, okay, so my very first experience with sleep paralysis, it was this time when I woke up, I realized I couldn't move, and I was like, oh shit, this is sleep paralysis. I wonder what I'll see if I open my eyes. So I kind of just like slightly opened my eyes, and in the corner of my room, I saw this like floating head. Like imagine like an onryo, you know, but just the head, and the face had an expression like it was like one of those Oni masks, you know. And I was like, nope. So I just went back to sleep. I was just like, nope, Closing my eyes because it started to slowly turn around and I saw the face and I was like, nope, nope, nope. Going back to sleep. The men yearn for the one-way trip to a world that isn't a shithole. True. Either that or like, sure, it can be a shithole, but at least like you'll have like cool powers or something, you know? Like you'll have more control over what you can do. The sequels I've had actually felt like revisits because the dream felt like it concluded in a nice place the first time, though I've had others where there was like a long ass recap. Previously on Amizare Z. I also got weird multicolored formless shapes in front of my eyes and a flashbang level brightness slowly growing even though my room was completely dark. That's just Suzumi. That's just Suzumi visiting you in your sleep. It's like, oh no, Sensei woke up. And then Hyper's like, it should have been me. Not him. But yeah, just close your eyes and wait. Demons hate him. This Prince of Darkness piece of shit stops suffering from them using this one trick. Doctors hate him. Increase your pee-pee size. Have you ever woken up in a dream? I've had weird moments where I'll dream that I'm waking up, get out of bed, start leaving my room only to wake up. Yeah, I had this really vivid nightmare actually. So when I was a kid, I think this kind of makes sense now that now that my mom told me about basically almost getting kidnapped by like a nanny we had back then who ended up being like a human trafficker. So it's like, I guess, a repressed memory. So what happened was that I woke up and I was like, oh, I gotta take out the trash today. It's garbage day. Garbage day! Anyways, so what happened was that I went outside my house with a garbage bag, and there was this guy with there was this guy with like a gray hoodie and jeans, and I couldn't really see his face, like on the other side of the road, and he was just kind of looking at me. Add human trafficking to Clotho's list of almost dying, yeah. But yeah, there was this guy with like a gray hoodie and jeans that's just kind of like standing looking at me at the other side of the street. Then he just fucking charges me, you know? After saying, I know your mom. Because my mom works for the government, you know? And he goes, I know your mom. Like in a kind of like, I guess, robotic-ish voice. Not really robotic, but like robotic in expression. And then he just fucking sprints at me, grabs me, throws me over his shoulder, and runs. Just runs, and I could hear him going like, you know? Like I distinctly remember that from my dream, him just going while he's like running away with me on his shoulder. And it was one of the scariest dreams that I've ever had. Oh my god. But yeah, that dream has just kind of like stuck with me throughout my life. Yeah. Man. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. That dream was pretty crazy. So yeah. Shonen anime dreams? Yeah. Shonen anime dreams I've had. Have you guys ever died in a dream? Yes. Yes, I have. Asbestos. Funny enough, it was in the shonen anime dream. I was protecting one of my friends. Oh, it was kind of interesting because it's like, do you know the series The Irregular at Magic High School? Do you know that series, Amizare? Get the message that's rising home. Do you know that series? You've heard of it? So imagine the magic system of Irregular at Magic High School. And but the thing is, like, it's also kind of mixed with Air Gear. Do you know the series Air Gear? So like everyone had these like freaking just rollerblades. It was I don't know, that was kind of what I remember from it. And I remember I kind of like died after like taking a hit for someone basically. Yeah, Air Gear. Yeah, I love Air Gear. My parents always taught me as a kid that if anyone ever says they're a friend of my parents, to ask them my parents' full name and phone number. This was back before cell phones, so people memorized phone numbers. Since if they didn't know, then it was a good sign they were lying. Even then, that's kind of sketchy, right? Because if that person has like looked into your family, then they would know. They would know your parents' full name and phone number. Which is really scary to think about, but it's a good baseline, you know. Are those dreams where you fall then wake up because it feels so real? Yeah. Also, hi, Mighty. But yeah, or when you're almost asleep, but then you feel like you like stumbled or like skipped a step on the stairs or something. Do you know that feeling? Yeah, basic smell test. Yeah, you go sniff on them. You go like, you sniff at them. Yeah. So okay, so my second sleep paralysis experience, it was actually at work. So during my breaks at work, I would take a nap because you know it's graveyard shift, and I try to get as much any kind of sleep that I can. So what ended up happening is I went to sleep, and for some reason I woke up just kind of like sitting on the office chair, you know, and I heard like a really strong wind, and suddenly the door like slammed open because there was that really strong wind, and there was like a distant sound of dogs approaching, like you know, like like dogs approaching and barking and like snarling, like, and then I just woke up because I thought it was terrifying. Yeah, that was my other sleep paralysis experience. Yeah, exactly, Eladia. It was the ink dogs trying to say hi to me at work. Imagine every time you die in a dream and immediately wake up, it's because another you died in an alternate reality. I'd like to kind of think of it like that though. Like I really like to think, you know, like I know that it's probably not true, but I like to think of dreams as like you exploring other realities, you know. Like I feel like that's kind of like a fun way to think about dreams. Yeah, that dog in him. Yeah. When you're about to fall asleep, but then think of a cringe moment in your life. Oh God. Okay. So, as you guys might know or might not know, English isn't my first language, okay? English wasn't my first language. So, I was in choir when I moved to Canada. I was in choir. And we went to a regional championship for choir, you know, and we won regionals, and there was an award ceremony. And because I was new, and they were really impressed with what I you know, how quickly I learned and adapted to everything. They wanted me to kind of like take the award, like have the honor of being the first one to like raise the plaque, you know, on the stage. But because my ESL ass like didn't know what it actually meant, I turned to everyone else in my choir and I was like, hey, I want you guys to come with me too, because I want you guys to be my backup on stage. I didn't know how fucking condescending and arrogant that sounded back then. I just thought that it meant like, you know, I want you guys to be there with me on stage, you know? Like I want you guys to raise the plaque with me on stage. But no, I was like, I want you guys to be there as my backup. And then I didn't know why everyone seemed pissed off at me. Or like annoyed at me, and I was like, once I realized it, I was like, oh, that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. Oh my god. Yeah, that was definitely one of my embarrassing moments. God. Don't even get me started on fucking when I was in the creative writing class back in I guess elementary school. By the way, I have some dried squid with me. I'm kind of just like, you know, eating it. You gotta cut kid cloth with some slack. Kids really just don't know. Yeah. Also, I wasn't really good. I wasn't really the best in English back then. I was pretty good, just wasn't the best. And I still had my moments. But like, what do you call it? What was I saying again? Oh yeah. When I was a kid, I accidentally flipped off my teacher because I wanted to show him a band-aid on my finger. That's the best. But yeah. When I was in elementary school writer's craft class, you know, we learned about like the different kinds of poetry, you know, and this was back in the Philippines. So, you know, English was okay because I was in an international school, but you know, we still weren't the best. My English was fine, but like, I learned a new word during writer's craft class. And that word was elegy, which is poetry that involves death, I think, if I remember correctly. And I thought that was the coolest fucking word ever. And I became obsessed with that word when I was younger, when I learned about it. And I tried to incorporate it into my vocabulary as much as possible. Yeah. And God, I remember when I moved to Canada, for some reason my parents brought my poetry book with me. It's my forbidden book of poetry that I made during writer's craft class. And I read through all of the poems that I made during writer's craft class, and I threw away the book. I'm like, no, this must never be found. I threw it away. No, it's not there anymore. God. I remember specifically one of the poems. There was we had this one kind of activity where we sent our poetry over to like a professional, like published author, for them to give constructive criticism on our poetry. The reply I got was, "This might be a little bit too dark." And I think my my teachers had to call my parents to ask if everything was okay at home. Nothing was wrong at home, mind you. I was just an edgy little fuck. You know, like I was just an edgy little fuck. Nothing was actually wrong at home. I remember writing down the I guess the edited version, you know, like post criticism inside that poetry book. Yeah, I think the I know, right? So the whole poem was about like humanity encountering this like this unknowable god and like worshiping it, and like and because of their zealousness, they just embraced it as it spilled blood all over the earth and began like basically began drowning everyone in its blood, and like rivers of blood, and like lamenting about how and basically like lamenting about how people can be so blind to people can be so blind to their convictions that that they can let something like that happen to them. You know, that was kind of like the whole premise of the poem. I still kind of remember it. He was vannying as a 10-year-old. Yeah, I am the lore accurate area sensei. I'm not even kidding. I'm the lore accurate area sensei. Yeah. If only I actually didn't throw it away, I'd probably like die of cringe while while I read that. But man, God. Oh God, I was an edgy little shit back then. And I think I also had another poem where yeah, I had another poem where I was talking about like the bond between this guy and this dolphin that he was training. And then the trainer of the dolphin got so upset after realizing that they were about to like release the dolphin into the wild, that he followed the dolphin into the wild and like drowned with it. And I think I lamented about something about like an aspect of society as well. Like that's the thing with my that's kind of like the thing with my poetry back then, right? Like I would like say a story in my poetry, and I would always end it with like lamenting about a certain aspect of humanity, you know? I don't know why I was like that when I was younger. I don't know why. Oh my God. I really wish I didn't throw it away, but I just remember freaking just feeling so much cringe. Just so much cringe that I couldn't keep it, you know? Like I feel like it had to be destroyed. I would have burned it. I really would have burned it. God. Imagine. Let me see. So, let's look at some of the videos that you guys sent here. Oh, Slenderina. I've seen like the whole Slenderina series. It's kind of fascinating. Yeah, it's a lost relic. It's lost forever. I will never truly see the freaking peak that was middle school Clotho's writing. Clotho was a poster of I'm 14 and This Is Deep. Unironically though, that was me. Asbestos, that was me. Yeah, I don't know why I kept lamenting just the horrors of reality. What's this? Human rabbit? What? Okay, I'm actually kind of interested in that. Like, what's this human rabbit thing? Sunibyo moment! No! No! Mighty no! You're not wrong, but no. God. And I don't think if I tried to recreate those poems now, they won't have the same kind of pizzazz, you know. They won't have the same kind of pizzazz as they had when I was a lot younger, you know.
Imagine.
What's this one? It's 12 minutes 50 seconds long. Sure, we could watch this one. Sure. I'm kind of interested in this because I saw the thumbnail and did I just get clickbaited? Does this mean I got clickbaited? I feel like that's very teenager at some point. I'm 90% sure my old half-dead laptop has a word file saved called "I'm living in oppression" or something like that. You missed some lore, Hyper. You missed some Clotho lore. All right, let's see this one. Human Rabbit.
Bob.
The Horror of Your Body Being Reshaped by Baba Luke. I'm gonna link the video here. There we go. This is the video that we're watching now. Please, please support Baba Luke.
And a loving husband who's trying to improve his life. He likes black tea and his favorite fragrance is Bulgari gyatt. What do you think is the worst thing that can happen to Bob?
I don't know.
What is the most painful torture someone can be put through? For starters, let's take his arms and legs, shorten them, and stitch them back on, but in each other's place.
Oh!
Let's surgically move his jaw further forward and change the shape of his ears.
Oh!
We will implant hair all over his body and put him in his new home and we're done.
They turned him into a dog
Bob
man.
can still think. He can remember who he used to be. But is he still human, living like this?
No.
Cruel, wasn't it? This is loss of humanity. The most disturbing form of horror. In this video, we're going to talk about 6 pieces of media that use loss
Oh
of
my God!
humanity,
Made in Abyss.
starting from the least disturbing
Walrus.
and ending with the most. What makes
All Tomorrows. Uzumaki. Or this. Yeah, I think this is part of Uzumaki. And I have no mouth and I must scream. Oh, I know all this. Yeah. See, guys, see? Yeah, Made in Abyss. This is All Tomorrows, I'm pretty sure. This is Uzumaki. This is the Walrus. I don't know what this is, but this is I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. No, not that kind of Uzumaki.
starting from the least disturbing and ending with the most. What makes loss of humanity so effective?
Yeah, Made in
is
Abyss.
that
All Tomorrows. Final Surgery. Oh God, that looks disturbing. Oh God.
it's one step. even
Tusk,
worse
yeah,
than
not
what
the
we
walrus,
see
but
as
Tusk.
the worst thing that can happen to a person, which is death. This subgenre of horror is extremely rare because to get one, you really have to be sick in the head. It is not something a sane individual can come up with. So when a normal person sees it, it disturbs their psyche.
Yeah,
to
body
no end.
horror.
So I need to warn you now that the things we are going to talk about in this
Oh
video
God, why
are
is it
really
always
dark.
fucking
There are also
spiders?
spoilers, so be warned. Here
Yeah,
are my
spoiler alert,
criteria
guys.
For what counts as loss of humanity in horror. It has to be forced on the character. It should result in physical alterations, basically body horror. The subject should not be able to easily go back to who they were.
Oh, yeah.
Lastly, the subject should not be able to end their own suffering. Before we begin, let me give you some honorable mentions that didn't make the list for one reason or another. Metamorphosis by Franz Kafka. Season
Ooh.
4 episode 1 of Black Mirror. Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh
Human
no,
Centipede.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Now,
Oh,
let's
Human
not waste any more
Centipede.
time and get right into it.
Okay,
The sub-
let me just tell you guys, Human Centipede, right? I have a story about that. There was this one friend that I had back then. And I was really young, right? Like we were both under 18. And I guess I thought she was kind of cute. So I kind of went along with like a lot of things that she said. And she was like, "Hey, let's watch a movie." Doctor Who touched on loss of humanity in a neat way with the episode set so far ahead that the last living human was literally just a face on a scrap of skin. Yeah, I saw that episode of Doctor Who. Yeah. But yeah, so this girl was like, "Hey, let's watch a movie." And I was like, "Okay." She had all 3 movies of the Human Centipede and forced me to watch all of them in a row. Why do I always run into these kinds of people? First, that senpai that introduced me to disturbing visual novels. Then this girl who made me watch all 3 movies of the Human Centipede. I hate this.
Starting with the least disturbing, which is
Oh yeah, Tusk. Tusk is supposed to be like a, I guess, like
the
horror
2020
comedy movie,
Tusk
so
is a dark
yeah, dark
with
comedy,
some
yeah.
horror aspects. The combination of comedy and horror is not anything new, but what differentiates
this some kind of
Tusk from the
play? No.
others is that it takes an
No.
extremely disturbing and
No.
unexpected turn when it comes to its horror. A podcaster goes to an old man's house to interview him about
Yeah,
his
Tusk was a
life.
crazy
For his
movie.
podcast called The Nuts, that's not important. While in the old man's house, he gets drugged and amputated. That was only the beginning of his transformation.
Oh, by the way, warning,
Then
there
his
might
body
be
is
some
modified
disturbing
because it
visuals on
turned
this
into
on this
human
thing.
walrus. There is a
Yeah,
very
he
fine
gets
line
turned into a
between
human
comedy and horror,
walrus.
and this movie works on that line masterfully. The idea of a man being turned into a walrus is funny. It's comedy. But when you think about how something
Yeah,
like
if
that
you're
could be
sensitive
done,
to blood,
you start to
please
realize how
please
horrifying
beware.
it actually is. It's bringing cartoon
Please
physics
beware
into
about
real
like
life.
watching what's on the
Imagine how
screen right
horrifying Tom
now.
and Jerry would be in real life. That's what Tusk is. Just
Oh yeah, if
imagine
you really
having all
think
the
about like a
powers
lot of those
taken away from you.
cartoons.
What keeps this movie from reaching its full horror potential is that it doesn't take itself too seriously. But that's also what I like about it. It's a stupid movie and it knows it. It doesn't take anything away from how
Yeah.
disturbing it is.
Like if you really
But
think
I
about
see,
what happens to
when it
those
comes to loss
cartoons,
of
it would be
humanity,
pretty disturbing if that
this is
happened in
only
real
the
life.
beginning.
It's literally torture. Made in
Look
Abyss!
at all
Woo!
these cute characters. Look how beautiful the art is.
Yeah,
And
look
what
how
else has
pretty
been
it
like
is.
this? Happy Tree Friends. This
Oh
is
god,
gorgeous.
Happy Tree Friends.
And
I
it
remember
holds many
watching that when I was
mysteries. For
younger.
example, how deep is it? Why can't some of the creatures that live there only be found there? Where did the weird objects and technologies found in the abyss come from? There are some reasons why these mysteries have not been solved yet. The
Man,
dangerous environment of the abyss.
I
And the
love
creatures
Made in
that want to
Abyss.
kill you. But the main reason why it's still so unknown,
Like just the whole mystery of it, like
you
and
can
like
go
all the
down,
different
but if you
creatures and
don't,
artifacts.
you
I
can
love
no
it.
longer come back up. At least not if you go past the 6th layer.
Yep.
If you try to ascend from the first layer to the surface, the symptoms will be light dizziness and
And
nausea.
it gets worse and
From the second layer
worse.
to the first, heavy nausea, headache, and numbness of limbs. From the 4th layer to
Yeah,
the
you'll
third,
start literally
intense
bleeding out
pain
of your
throughout the body,
orifices.
and bleeding from every orifice. And most importantly for this video,
Exactly! Oh my god, I just
from the
realized
sixth
that
layer of the
asbestos.
abyss to the layer above,
It's
from
literally
lots
the
of
girl from the
humanity.
Human
And
Centipede,
if you're
the Red
lucky,
Flags song.
death.
I love Tom Hardy.
This manga starts off very cute. The characters are funny and full of childish joy. You start reading it and very quickly, you find a connection with the characters.
Yeah.
Especially the main character Rico.
I
She and her
mean,
friend Drake
that
decide to go into the
I
abyss.
forgot what the name of
So
that
far, the
monster
story has
was.
been very fun and whimsical.
But
You
like
think you know where the story is going.
that
If you read
worm
the music in
thingy
10+ volume manga,
was
then you
already
find
really
Drake are
disturbing.
fighting against one of the dangerous monsters in the abyss. But Drake, being the awesome kid he is pushing the monster
Oh
back,
yeah.
and out of nowhere.
And then yeah, her hand got pierced by it. Oh god,
That
I
monster is
hated
weak.
this.
Having no other way, Drake picks Rico up and escapes. But they are in the 4th layer of the abyss. So now, Rico is in excruciating pain and is bleeding
Yup.
from every orifice. The cute character you want nothing but happiness for is dying, and her friend has to cut her soul and hand to stop the poison from reaching the rest of
Yup.
her body. This is when you realize this manga is not what you expect.
I mean, even like earlier than that, even earlier than that, there's like a lot of things in Made in Abyss that kind of show you that it's not just a very cute
Made
series.
in Abyss is really immersive. It gives you extra information between
Yeah, I
chapters,
really like the
which makes
world
it
building
feel
in Made in
all in one
Abyss.
line. It also
It's
makes
like
you fall in
top
love with
tier.
some characters, just so it hurts more when bad things happen to them.
Yeah.
So, just know, this manga is cruel.
Oh god, the
Very true.
freaking that part with Bondrude.
Depending on who you ask, this one might be a lot more disturbing than any other example of loss of humanity.
Oh yeah,
we
I've
talked
seen
about in
those
this one,
ones.
despite
Asbestos.
being only 8 minutes long. The reason for that is simple.
Like there's one with
Realism.
Pinkie Pie
When you
and
watch the surgery
that my
2.0,
friend showed me,
you
and
can
that was
imagine
kind of
something like
disturbing.
that happening in
What
real
the
life.
fuck is
I would say
this?
something like this. It's probably already
Ew.
happened at least once. somewhere in life.
Ew.
This short doesn't
What
put
the
any
fuck?
boundaries. It goes as far as it can. In concept, it's very close to Tusk. In Tusk, a person gets turned into a walrus. Here, a kid gets turned into a rabbit. But here, it's as disturbing as it can be, unlike in Tusk, which is more comedy. However, at some points, it gets too cartoonishly evil. Since it's only 8 minutes long, available on YouTube.
Huh.
and too graphic for
I
me
might
to
need
describe
to
here, I'm just going to refer you to watch the actual thing.
I
if you
might
want.
need to
After
watch
you
that on
finish
my
this
own
video, of
time.
course.
Yeah, I
It
might
is too
watch
edgy
it
and
for
kind of artsy,
on my own
but
time.
It's also an excellent example of this subgenre of horror.
Oh God. So something that reminded me of was you guys I mean you guys probably know Courage the Cowardly Dog, right? Like you guys have heard I forgot the guy's name. He was like really creepy and he wanted to shave Courage and like make him look like something that he had in a picture. And he always said like naughty. Well, God, what was that guy's name? Fuck. Oh God. Yeah. Like I forgot. Not the Return to Slab one, but like the one where the guy was like he wanted to like shave off all of Courage's hair and then he kept on saying naughty. Like really weird. Yeah. I don't know. If you guys remember what the guy's name was, I'd appreciate because it's gonna bug me.
Both The Slug Girl and The Snail, which is a chapter of Uzumaki, are the works of the master of horror. Junji
I
Ito.
love Junji Ito.
Yeah, I couldn't go more than 2 videos without talking about him. Also, both of them are about people turning into snails. I think Ito has a very specific phobia of snails, considering there are other instances of a snail and slug horror in his works. Both of them are similar in concept.
I mean,
but
snails
since I
and
find
slugs
the
are
snail
quite
to be
common in
very
Japan,
freaky,
especially when
let's
it
only focus
rains.
on that.
Yeah, Freaky Fred. That's the
Scene,
name of the guy.
which means Katayama will come to school today. It's weird because even though he only comes to school on rainy days,
Yeah, rain.
Even
When
though
it
this is
rains,
not
like
bad,
snails usually
he's
come
also
out.
always late.
It's kind of like how
Whether he's
here in
moving
Canada
or doing some
earthworms
stuff.
come out a lot.
Even though
when
it's
it
been
rains.
weird, it only became concerning when it was revealed that there is a spiral shape growing on his back. I'm sure you know where this is going. It's even worse.
Mm-hmm.
The spiral has become bigger.
And I think at some point, like the entire village starts like eating the
The shape
snails
cannot
because
hold it
you know they start running out of food or something like that. It's been a while since I read Uzumaki, so.
Today he was unable to move his usual pose. His legs have started to fuse together, and his front has become flatter to better suit his new way of moving. It's raining, but Katayama is not in class. He's right outside of it.
Yep.
His body is on 90% done with its metamorphosis.
Has become an
The
actual
arms and legs are
snail.
gone, and his face now resembles a snail. His parents refuse to accept that thing as their son, so the school decides to build a cage and take care of it. Considering both Katayama and another classmate who faced the same fate still came to school, we can conclude that they probably can still
Oh
learn
yeah,
and think like
Fire
they used to.
Punch.
At
Fire
least
Punch
to
was some
degree.
wild shit.
If you're curious, this is how a slug girl ends. Still a human turning
Oh
into a snail,
yeah,
but
and then
in a
her
different
head was
way.
like the shell. All Tomorrow's. Oh, this one, guys.
In the
Pay attention
cruel
to
world
this
of
one.
all
This one's
tomorrows,
actually like really
we find some
fucking.
of the best examples
disturbing.
Of humanity. Well, this book is filled with this.
Like this is
subgenre,
actually
from
like
warm people and
worse
harsh
than
spots
hell.
To hedonists and lopsiders, one stands out the most. A fate worse than having all of your senses and limbs taken away from you.
Colonials, I
Like in
think,
Final
is
Survey,
what they're called.
worse than being turned into a walrus, like in Tusk, and even worse than being trapped into the body of a snail. There's a high chance you already know about this book, but just in case you don't,
Can
let me
you
give you a
can you
small
send
amount
the
of information.
Discord server,
A really smart
Hyper?
group of aliens called the Q decided to attack humans.
It's gonna be in the
Also, the
channel
humans
called
will defeat
Melodite
Rizzing,
Midweek
but one
Mike
group fought
videos.
against them and even pushed them back a little. Therefore, when the Q won, they decided to punish them and make an example of them. The Q, with their twisted sense of justice, wanted to make them
Yeah, it's in
think
the Melodite
that
Midweek Mike
extinction would
videos.
be too light a punishment for resisting their star gods. The humans of the rogue world needed a sentence that would remind them of their humiliation for generations to come. And that punishment is the only
Yeah, that
thing
one,
I will always remember
yeah.
from this book. The Q turned those people into living blocks of waste filtering devices. Their eyes were
Like
not
imagine that.
unchanged to witness what they became.
And they're
their
all still
consciousness
sentient.
was retained so they could suffer every
Yeah.
second of their existence.
They're
Unable
aware.
to move, talk, or do anything. They were forced to just live. See? It's torture, even for just 5 seconds. But you know what's even worse?
Yeah, I have no mouth and I must scream.
I have
Absolute
watched
classic.
a lot of movies and read a lot of books, and many of them were horror. But to this day, what happened to Ted at the end of I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream is the single most disturbing thing I've seen happen to a fictional character. What Am does to him is the ultimate torture. Humans built an AI. They gave it sentience. They didn't mean to, but it happened.
Oh boy,
That AI
isn't this
ultimately
relevant
Am
nowadays
was
now?
trapped. Humans built Am to think, but there was
Especially
nothing
cause
he could do about the
especially cause
Am was born
freaking
in the world too limiting for him. In a rage,
that one
Am
AI
killed
that tried
all
to like
humans
kill its
except for
its
5
programmer.
people.
Oh my
He
god,
was
it
a
relates to our
simpleton.
other
He
midweek
couldn't
mic
win.
video.
He couldn't belong. So Am decides to take his revenge for the life it was given. That's when those 5 people came in handy. They became all Am had to do with his side.
Yep, he
Forever.
basically just
His
ended
only
up
task.
torturing.
Am, with his infinite knowledge, was able
Everyone.
to keep them alive for hundreds and thousands of years, just so it could torture them in different ways. Every decision Am makes is meant to cause pain. Pain to those 5 people. No matter what he did to them, he was able to heal them, as long as they stayed alive. Am couldn't bring back the dead. He's not God. So just imagine what happens when one of those 5 people decides to free the other 4 by killing them. Now Am has lost all his toys, except for one. The one
He
who
gets the
took
worst
away
fate
from
out of them all.
Am made sure Ted would suffer eternally and could not end his own pain.
Oh
He
yeah.
doesn't want Ted to run full speed into a computer and to smash his skull or hold his breath until he faints, so he altered his body. Now he's a soft, jelly-like thing, smoothly rounded with no mouth and pulsing white holes filled with fog where his eyes used to be. His arms and legs were also altered, if you could call those humps of soft, slippery matter legs. He leaves a moist trail when he moves. His mind was left intact, so he could dream and remember. His sense of time has also been altered. Sometimes it takes him 10 months to say the word now, a thing that could never have been known as human.
Oh yeah.
Human. I'm sure there are other examples of loss of humanity in different media as well.
Oh my
I can
god,
only imagine
Sayano
if great
Uta!
examples exist in the world of gaming. But that was every instance of loss of humanity I have. Now it's your turn to introduce me to something new. I love this subgenre, and it would be great to see more of it.
Not
Anyway,
Saya.
That's it for now.
I mean, yeah, the amazing video by the way. This video is called The Horror of Your Body Being Reshaped by Babaluke. I linked it earlier here, but man, absolutely amazing video. Man, it really shows you one of the aspects of body horror that really does contribute to why it's so scary is, you know, are you even human at that point? But yeah, what was I gonna say again? Oh yeah, Hyper, being corrupted by the chroma for napities. But do you guys are you guys aware of what a cognito hazard is? Are any of you guys aware of what a cognito hazard is? Because I'm about to warn you guys now. If you guys are someone who's affected by cognito hazards, okay, so Belle, a cognito hazard is basically something that people consider that just the knowledge of it is dangerous, you know? Like just learning the knowledge of it is dangerous. You know? Yeah. Something that's hazardous just from being made aware of it. So if you're someone who gets really affected by cognito hazards, you know, like someone who gets really scared by cognito hazards, this is your warning. You know? This is God damn it, Hyper, not again. But this is your warning, okay? This is your warning. I'm about to like tell you about something like that. So there's this one story that kind of like made me really scared for a long time, and I actually had to watch videos kind of debunking it in order to kind of like make myself feel better, you know? Yeah, it's Roko's basilisk. Have you guys ever heard of Roko's basilisk? This is basically me just like spreading a cognito hazard now. I'm part of the problem, Hyper. I'm part of the problem. AKA Pascal's wager for tech bros. But yeah, basically the essential idea of it is that there's this AI in the future that humanity will create that will get so intelligent that it will begin to go back in time and like kill everyone who didn't help in its creation, you know? So the whole dilemma of it is, now that you know about Roko's basilisk and what it could do to you, not just kill but like torture. Now that you know about Roko's basilisk and what it can do to you if you don't help in its creation, are you gonna help in its creation? You know? Like, well, like, will you now help in its creation in order to avoid a future of being tortured by it? Are you gonna basically like make it like a self-fulfilling prophecy? Yeah, it's kind of disturbing in a way, you know? Like, I had to watch a bunch of videos of why Roko's basilisk is it wouldn't actually work. Yeah, that idea really scared me. Yeah. But yeah, it's kind of like it's kind of a very interesting thought experiment, you know. Also, let me see if Amizare posted something in the midweek mic videos. Kairos, just pick one or however many you want off the list. But here is a Philippines one. There's a Philippines one there in the bottom. Okay. Okay, Kairos. What the fuck is this? Trick or treat possum style. We're watching this, guys. We're watching this. By the way, I'll link the video here as usual. But I saw this on my I saw this in my recommendeds, and TLDR, the basilisk will decide that the optimal choice of action is to kill all humans who were aware of its possible creation and did not at least support / approve of it. Those who weren't aware of it in the first place are safe. Your options support it, and your outcome is either survival or nothing changing. Or don't support it, and your outcome is either death or nothing changing. It's literally just Pascal's wager, but swapping God with the basilisk and heaven with not dying. Oh, okay. But yeah, this I just saw this, and the thumbnail was very interesting. So you guys are watching this with me now. The thumbnail looks like some weird fucking trick or treat possum style. Basically, Belle.
Well, hello, and happy incipient Samhain, or All Hallows Eve, or Halloween. It's the time when the veil between the worlds is the thinnest.
What are those possums?
This is the time that we
Why was this recommended to me?
honor departed ancestors or personal heroes or sheroes. It's also the time that we dress up and threaten our neighbors. Trick or treat.
What the fuck?
Now, this year, Potato has decided to go
Oh, yeah, it's
as
Sea
a
Hyper.
princess. Isn't he fetching? Passion fruit has been
She is
made
quite
up her mind.
fetching.
We're thinking of a
Beautiful.
Corchester, that's kind of cute. Or maybe, let's see, maybe a floozy.
What's a
Or-
floozy?
Oh, look, a member of a mariachi band.
Oh, that poor
That's
possum.
pretty cute. Okay. Or, oh, we have so many options. You could be
That's
a
a cute possum, though.
scholar or a fashionista. That's my favorite, but fashionistas are the most difficult to
This looks like
maintain.
something that'll like
Now,
randomly show up on your
possum
TV at
comes
like
to your
3
house
a.m. in the
this year.
morning
Remember,
and curse you forever
their
if you watch
favorite
it.
treat is fillet of a fenny snake
Fanny
in a
snake.
cauldron. Boil and bake. Eye of newt and toe of frog. Wool of bat and tongue of dog. Adders.
I like her energy though.
Blind worms sting. Lizard leg.
I'm putting a like on this video. It's kind of peak.
Hell broth. Bubble. Or, if you prefer, you can simply give it a grape. You know, the possum's favorite trick? It's to poop on the stoop.
Oh, are those the same?
Oh, aren't they just cut-ups, though? Oh, what?
What the fuck?
You know, Mr. Elephant has been acting out a lot lately. Where is the ecstasy when you need it? Did you know
Ecstasy?
that ecstasy was developed as a tranquilizer for elephants? Mm-hmm.
Huh?
So for those of you still using it,
What am I watching?
I mean you, Douglas Burmeister, think about it. Okay.
This really seems
yes.
like something that'll just
Alright.
appear on your TV at like 3 a.m. and curse you for life.
By now, the vast majority of possums belong outside. So if you see one there, leave it there. If you come across an ill, injured, or orphaned possum, contact a professional wildlife rehabilitator immediately. If after all this you're still left with
This is so
possum
uncanny.
or two, well, dress them up, exploit them, let them earn their keep. What? What? Oh, Mr. Elephant.
This is so
I am
uncanny.
so mad at
This is
you.
like something they'll play in the back
You know,
rooms.
I am a staunch supporter. Or did we start? Okay. A staunch supporter of treating wildlife with the dignity and respect that they deserve.
This is really so uncanny.
911. I'd like to report that the elephant in the room is seeming a bit unstable.
What the fuck is this?
Now, bye.
Well, that was a thing. All right. Anyways, that seems like if I don't know, if aliens were to make like a Halloween's kid program, you know, that this is what it would look like if they were to try to understand humanity. Oh my god. But yeah, this one was submitted by Asbestos, I think. How to climb a tree. What's this one? Okay. Let me just link the video real quick to you guys. This is How to Climb a Tree by Tipsy Duck. Submitted by Asbestos. Let's see, what's this? Oh, it's an SFM
Hi,
thing.
it's Tim and Kim and Jim. Here's a story that is rather grim. What's to do for a party of 3?
What's that, Tim?
Is to climb a tree.
Okay. Yay!
Firstly, find a tree that's up to play ball. That's too tall. That's too small. Put your leg on a branch. But be
Yeah.
careful you don't hear a crunch, because if hips and butts were candies and nuts, you're gonna fall off and break your legs.
Yeah, don't do
Now,
that.
Kim, what
That's
did I
bad for
say?
your health.
Climbing a tree's far from child's play.
This isn't a joke! You can clearly see the bone! That's probably not your funny bone, cuz this shit ain't funny.
Huh?
Our mothers warned us about this, didn't they?
Tim?
What
They
is going
said,
on?
No climbing trees today, kids. Someone might get hurt. What
Yeah.
did we do? We didn't listen.
And you got
We're
hurt.
the ones to blame.
What are you talking about? We have to help him!
You're not thinking of the consequences. What would our fathers do if one of us came back with a broken leg?
Oh god, I think I know where
We
this
could
is
end up with
going.
one of our own, Jim.
I think I know where this is going, Asbestos.
What are you suggesting then?
Oh no, don't do
Oh, no.
it.
Have you ever put a dog down, Jim? A 3-legged puppy is not a happy puppy.
What the
Dude,
fuck?
I think I'm fine. The bone's healing. I can probably stand up.
What the fuck?
Jim, tonight we bond like lovers through their firstborn.
Well, this took a turn. This definitely took a turn.
If anyone asks, you tell them it was an accident.
It was a tree accident.
Hey, I'm Tim, and this is Jim, and we never knew anyone named Kim.
Okay, that was actually pretty well done. That was actually pretty well done. I love that. I love that. You know, it was kind of, I kind of knew where it was going. But like, man. Bravo. Bravo. You know, you could have just brought him back and be like, yo, my bad. Shouldn't have climbed that tree. But no. I guess they thought that the right answer was moiter. God. I mean, hey, look at me. I fucked up my leg and I turned out fine. A little bit like mentally unstable, but fine. All right, let's see this one. This was sent in by Kairos. What's this one? Ghosts and hauntings. Let's see. The extremely haunted Manila Film Center. Is this the one that you were talking about? Is this the one that you were talking about, Kairos? The Manila Film Center. Too long. Which basically means, it means help. It means help in the Philippines. If someone says too long, it means help. Hopping in to say hi. We'll be VOD gang today at work for a while still. Hey, no worries, Game Fanatic. No worries. Alright. Oh. 1 second, guys. All right, so I think we'll just watch this one last video, and then we'll wrap everything up because I am being called for something right now, like for some family stuff. You got tease. Also, ooh, Aladia sent me something. Oh, Aladia! Oh, Aladia! Oh, thank you, Aladia. Oh my god, I'm definitely gonna use this for the next one. Aladia! Oh, you're the best. Oh my god. No. I was curious. My curiosity got the best of me, Eladia. Yeah. No. Kinakausap mo pa rin? Yeah, unfortunately, I think I might have to end the stream right now. There's just a bit of a situation going on. Kinda got told why my mom wanted to talk to me, but okay. Yeah. Yeah, just yeah, it's just I don't know if yeah. I think I'll explain everything later once we get more news, but we're gonna see who we can raid today, okay? I'm really sorry, guys. I wanted the stream to go on a bit longer, but yeah. Thank you. But I guess just please you know, please pray for my grandma. Hopefully she's gonna be all right, you know. Yeah. Yeah. Let's go into Ruri. Let's go and raid into Ruri. Yeah. Alright. Let's see Melodite raid. Alright. So I just wanna say thank you guys for joining today's stream. I'm gonna go and kind of comfort my mom for a bit because she's really not feeling well after hearing some bad news. So yeah, just say hi to Ruri and come back tomorrow at 6 p.m. EST if you want to see me get scared by spiders, you know? Alright guys, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.